Hey guys, welcome back to another HWC MDLS video. Today is going to be, as the title says, a review over the M2 Auto Projects line, which is release 40 of the Thentics. First, just because I have it, just for some of you older collectors, this is what Auto Projects used to be, and newer collectors probably don't know much about these. But here's a good look into what the older ones were like. Now, sadly, I'm not able to open these or the new set, so it's not going to be as in-depth as it could be. But here is an old one, which is really nice. Wish I could open this one, but those are getting expensive. So here is the new set. Here it is, brand new in the store display. So I'm going to most likely keep it. So I'll move the box back here. And why don't we start off with the first one in my box, which is the 69 Chevy Camaro SS 350. Now, this is based off of a Detroit Muscle release. I forget which release it was. I don't have all the releases for them, but as of the time I'm recording this, this was, I believe, 2 releases ago. I'm pretty certain it's 2 releases ago. You can see license plate says Camaro instead of 1969, as most M2s do say the year. Sorry about the lighting. The lighting isn't so spectacular. I want to get some better lights eventually. It's got an orange door. This one here, compared to my brother's that he ended up getting, this one here is a heavier rust variation, as you can get those on older projects and newer projects as well. You'll get different tones in rust, where some will have a heavier spray of rust and some won't. This one here just happened to be a heavier one. I'll stick that in the back of the junkyard. As we move on to the next piece, which is the 69 Dodge Charger Daytona 440. Now, I do have the regular of this one loose. I do open up most of my M2s. It's just a matter of what series and how limited it is for me to open it up. These ones were not only pretty limited, but they're part of a series I like to collect. So I decided to keep a set in its package before I get any to open up, just because I know how much the old ones are worth, how much are these new ones going to end up bringing. But you can see this one here is a moderate rust. My brother had a heavy rust one, but it had some masking on the front. So it had a part of the fender that had no rust on it, which was very interesting. Has a white hood as a replacement part, which is not rusted. If you look at the Bel Air that I shown you in the beginning, it's got a white fender and a white hood, almost as if it was replaced after an accident. And it's rusted over. These parts aren't rusted over. So if you want that rust look on that, you're going to have to either A, do it yourself, or B, you can just take it off and make it look like it's missing some pieces. Looks pretty good. I like it. See, there's the 1969 on the back of the license plate. Otherwise, this one was pretty well done. I am liking the cracks on the windshield. They can probably be more realistic if you did it yourself, but M2 has executed it pretty well. I think it looks good. So there's our next piece. Next one is also another Detroit Muscle release, as were the last two. It is the 69 Plymouth Barracuda 340. This one has a white door, and they went really nice on the surface rust on this one. Like, it's got certain amounts of rust on just these top body panels. Trunk, not so much. That one got a lot lighter rust. That's actually a lot cleaner than the rest of the car. Front fender has quite a bit, and so do the wheels. Door, yeah, just like the other ones, it doesn't have any rust or anything. Looks pretty well. This one here also has 1969 on the rear license plate. I'm just pointing that out because I did not realize the Camaro said Camaro on it instead of the production year. So this one looks pretty nice. I like this with the white bucket seats and black dash, black carpet, or at least I would assume that's carpet in there. Don't know of many of those that have just metal floors. Here is another interesting one. It's the 65 Ford Econoline camper van. This was my first Econoline in general, whether it was the Falcon Club wagons or the panels. This was my first one. You can see there's a hole in the window, which the Camaro and Daytona had on their front windshields. It says 65 on the license plate. This one is the release with the spare tire on the front, which is really, really nice to see. I really liked that variation. Sadly, I never found any at my local Walmart, which is really the only store I get to hunt since everything else is an hour or 2 hours away. This one looked good. My brother had a light rust variation. This one is moderate because I've seen much, much heavier than this. This one I know on my junker van over here, it's got a shake to it where the base and the body don't line up. This one doesn't seem to have that problem, which is nice. I don't like that happening with my cars for the most part. Next, we have the 56 Ford F100. This one I think could have been executed a little better. Now this was the, if you don't know what the regular of this was, which you probably don't because, oh well, other than the chase piece, there was a chase piece of this in the auto truck set, which is where the van came from. I forgot to mention that. The next one after this is also an auto truck. This one here has like the custom wheels, and it had I think it was a rod shop on the door, logo on the door. This one here, this also sports the gold V8 under the hood. Some of them you'll find an inline 6, which I do have laying around in the yard somewhere. I think it's back in that pile of bushes. But this truck looks pretty good. I wish they did the wheels a little bit differently. I always feel like they just never make a stock version of this truck. I mean, they have in the past. There's just not very many that they make in more recent times. I think my favorite old one, which sadly I don't own, is the, I think it was an electrician's truck or something like that. Something along those lines. Which I know we're getting a truck with that electrician's bed in the upcoming release of auto trucks. It is a blue GMC. But this one here, this is the Ford, so that doesn't have much to do with it. That one says 56 down there. It's a nice truck. Just wish those wheels were done a little differently. Maybe stick some like steel wheels, or maybe even the stock hubcaps. Mix up the wheels or something, put hubcaps in the front and then steelies in the back or something like that. And the final one, which I was actually kind of not as impressed by, was the 49 Studebaker II truck. Now I do have the regular of this one as well loose. I have the regular of this, and I have the regular of the Cuda and the Daytona. Those are the only ones that I have the normal Detroit Muscle and Auto Trucks releases. This one here, it had rust, but in my opinion, it didn't look like they wanted this one rusted. I feel like it was just meant to be light weathering, which, in my opinion, didn't go so good on this one. This is 49 on the license plate, so all of them have the year except the Camaro. You can see light rust. It's really hard to tell, especially with the video camera. I can see it fine with my with the naked eye, but just in general, looking through the actual camera lens, it doesn't seem like it picks it up as well. This one wasn't that spectacular in rust. Nice release, just not perfect execution. Could have been better, but I'm not going to complain. I like that the series is back. And I have one more piece to show you to show a complete set, which is the chase piece. This is my first limited to 750 chase piece. Got this one off of Instagram. If you go and check out my page, HWCMDLS, you'll probably find the picture of when I got this in the mail. The collector who sent it to me is not, I can't remember his tag, but check my page. This is on there, and I have the person who sent it to me tagged. Really cool guy, has a lot of chase pieces and white lightnings and whatnot. On a lot of stuff on the higher end. But this looks cool. This one here is the closest to resembling an original auto project, because the original project chases were the blacked out wheels with the gray primer, black interior, restored engine. This one, I feel like they should have put the back bumper and the wing on. They should have just maybe painted the wing gray. Back bumper, just leave it be. I know on the Bel Air, they left on the chase piece of that one, the original project, they took the whole rear section off of it. So, to give you an idea, I think this is a bunch of mashed up M2 parts. So it would have looked like this. Here's a Bel Air rear. It would have looked like this with all the stuff missing. But the front grille was still there. Which, I don't know what the point is of that, but oh well. It's no big deal. If you don't like it, you can always rip parts off of another one, which can always happen with me. I've got the junkyard starting to expand here, which that'll be a video for sometime else. But that was a complete set of the Thentics Release 40 or Auto Projects 3. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned as there will be plenty more videos of complete sets on M2 machines. There will be custom videos and etc., etc., etc. And thanks for watching.